Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Wallaby Racing League for Tier 1, the first round for Tier 1, mind you, for Season 6 of Wallaby Racing League. If you haven't been here the last, 3 nights, we've had some epic races across all 3 tiers, across 4 tiers now, from Tier 4, Tier 3, Tier 2, and now we're up to our elite drivers for our league, Tier 1. We've got drivers like Left 4 Dead, who's really gunning for a championship this season. We've got a returning champion in Oz Curtis. And then new drivers, that we haven't really seen on the grid before, like Lindsay Muddle, X-Laps, who's been welcomed back to Wallaby Racing League after a long time. We've got Jaffa, Jordan Arnold, who else we got? Fat Cat, Batman, Kirsch, fair few different names, actually. And then a fair few returning names like Rapid Relics, Rilo, Blades, Noodles, a few of those boys who are now returning back to the league for full-time racing again. So it's great to have them all back, and we'd love to see it. But guys, this is me, Duck Puncher. Unfortunately, our normal Tier 1 comms guy in Frizy can't be here tonight, which is unfortunate. Hopefully everything's going okay with him and the family. But, if you need anything, obviously, Frizy, just reach out. We'll see what we can do for you. But, guys, this is round 1 for Singapore. It's not a sprint round. Next week is the sprint round, but this is going to be the one to really watch. Like I said, last night, for instance, we had Tier 2 going at it, and it was actually genuinely an epic race, right down to the wire, really, for the placings of P2. And I'm being biased here, but my 2 boys in the Alpine went 1-2, which I'm extremely happy about. But that was very closely almost stolen away from JTM by a very, very quick Oscano chasing him down. So, it is what it is. And just like that, we see Blades Office already out onto a lap finalised with a 128, and then Oxgillo now beats that with that 128.5. But it's guys like Left 4 Dead. This is the one that we've got to be watching. He's talking a big game, so he can get into the 127s. It's going to be interesting to see if he can do that. We'll see. I think he can. Let's be honest. We've seen him pull out some stonker laps before. But this is his out lap. We're going to ride on board with him because I'd be genuinely interested to see his take on his, the lines that he takes, braking zones, all those sorts of things, which will be, like I said, I think very interesting to see especially from a Tier 3 point of view, driver. What am I doing different to this guy? So like that, he rounds out the final corner. It's just starting his lap, opens up that DRS, using all of the track to get himself a better entry into turns 1 and 2. Cuts the chicanes perfectly, using all of the track again on the outside. Cuts nicely through. Again, using all the track, almost breaching track limits there, but just keeps his wheels inside those white lines. Now opens up his DRS again. Now heading down the straight with that little bit of a kink, which can catch a lot of people out. And then straight away into the hard left, now into the hard right. And very beautifully taken, using again all of that track on the exit there and entry into the next corner. It's looking like a very rapid time already, though. Using all of that track again on the entry there, using all the curb like that. Now let's see how he goes into the massive hairpin here. Takes it in third. Nice exit. Beautifully done. And now heads down to the straight with Abyss now with a 128.4 into P1 on top of Oxgillo. I might bring up the telemetry, actually. Sweet, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Abyss now with a 128.4 up into P1, but we do have a very rapid Left 4 Dead chasing him down. Now Geordie Slater goes up into P1 with that 128.3, and there it is, the first one into the 127s with Left 4 Dead, a 127.9, an absolute flying time. So we'll now jump down. We'll see who's on another lap. We'll see. Jaffa looks like he's on a lap. We'll jump on board with him. One of the newbies to tier 1. and to Wallaby Racing League. So let's see how he can go on a debut lap. Yeah, 27.4 quality banker. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. So Jaffa using all the exit there. Comes very close to that wall on the exit. Now taking up as much track as he can into third. Gets a little bit squirrely on the exit there. You can hear his tyres slipping just a little bit as well. But heading down into... Can't remember the name of that corner or what number the corner is, but well, we'll move on. He's backed out of it. I've just realised he's backed out of it, only using 92% ERS. So this would be... looks like he's going for a double warm-up. So we'll move on over to another driver then. In AMS Martin, one who has joined late. Looks like he's coming around for his final. No, he's also on a banker. No, he's not. He's on a full ball. So AMS Martin. So can anyone come close to Left 4 Dead's time with that 127.9? I know there is somebody in chat who has been talking up a big game. Saying that they're also in the 127s and can give it to Left 4 Dead. We'll have to see. I think there's another driver who is a bit on the... he's been brought into the league. He was chased down by Magic Shots, and that's Lindsay Muddle. And everyone was saying that he is very quick. But so far, in P10, I'm yet to see it, I guess. AMS Martin now comes around the Masso hairpin, opens up that DRS. Looking like a decent lap. The first sector went purple, so it'll be interesting to see if he can now outshine Left 4 Dead with his 127.9. So far, I don't think he's going to. It looks like there are a couple tiny little mistakes made that, I just don't think Left 4 Dead is capable of making mistakes, really, let's be honest. Rounds out the final turn. Opens up that DRS, goes across the line, and stays in P14. So nowhere near. There it is, so Rapid Relic. So the grid so far, as we see it, Left 4 Dead in P1, no one coming close to him with that 127.9. Rapid Relics with a 128.3. Geordie Slater, 128.3. Abyss, 128.4 in P4. Oxchillo, 128.5. Blades, Office, 128.6. In the Haas, we've got Rilo. In the AlphaTauri, we've got Oz Curtis, the returning champion, currently sitting in P8. Noodles, again, somebody who is, again, up there in terms of the fight with Left 4 Dead, currently sitting in P9, so we'll have to see what he can do to try and improve. In P10, we've got the Mercedes boys in P10 and 11, Accelerator and JRAD. Zervix in P12. Jordan Arnold in P13, Lindsay in P14, Kirsch in P15, a new driver to the grid. AMS Martin in P16, Jaffa 17, X-Laps in 18th, Fat Cat, Batman and Isaac Motorsport in the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo, both yet to set a lap, so we'll have to see what they can pull out of the bag late into the session. But guys, if you want to jump on board with anyone, let us know. Ryan97, hey mate, how are you? War Machine, mate, I'm doing well. Not feeling the best, but we move. Hot lap for Left 4 Dead. I've already done one. It was the very first lap. He did. I did a whole hot lap for him. So we might miss that one, I think. Yeah, look, a lot of people are saying Left 4 Dead's night tonight. I tend to agree. Again, I think it's just, I think it's a race for the minor placings for P2, 3, and the rest, I guess. So we'll have to see how this plays out for him. I mean, anything can happen too. It is Singapore, and just like that, Oxchillo now goes into that 1:27.8. So beating Left 4 Dead's time, but Left 4 Dead still yet to set a second lap. With 5 minutes and 40 seconds left into the quali, he is going to set a little bit of a later lap. It looks like he might be out on track too. He is currently on track, using up his ERS. I don't think these are the same tyres. I've got a feeling he's using new tyres. Comes extremely close to that wall, if not kissing it. Yeah, Zachary, look, I feel your pain, man. 6 seconds a lap slower than these guys. These guys, this is why, I mean, like, I know they're not esport level drivers or anything like that. You know, some of them eventually could be if they keep going the way they're going. But I think this is why I call them the elite drivers of our league, at least. You know, they are super quick. They know what they're doing. And they're very good. They are very, very good. So that was Curtis now entering the pits. Geordie Slater entering the pits. Abyss now on a lap, 41%. Now, obviously, this is the guy that I'm rooting for. Abyss and Zervings in P7 and P12 currently for the Alpines. Being their TP and having an absolute rocket night last night with the P1 and P2 for the Alpine lads. And then obviously, you know, P2 in Tier 4, a DNF in Tier 4, and then unfortunately an absolute shocker for myself and Easy Reaper in Tier 3. Just nothing going right for us in terms of driving and just everything, really. Yeah, I saw that. Purple 1 and 2 decided to pit. Yeah, I don't know. And Abyss entering the pits as well. So a lot of drivers in the pits at the moment. Only 2 drivers out on track. AMS Martin. So 1 person out on track. AMS Martin, and then you've obviously got Jaffa and X-Laps out on a outlap. And this is where it differs between all the tiers. You know, right now, you've got all these drivers sitting in pits. They're all going to be waiting for their moment to head out on track. I think it's roughly 2 minutes 10 or something like that you can drive around. I can't. You could leave the pits, but I can't remember exactly. Masterpiece for Left 4 Dead, I believe it wasn't for long. So, you know, he's been. If you want a hot lap for you, mate, you need to redeem your hot laps. But it's in the last. You know, we're not going to do it for the for now anyway, because it's only the first 12 minutes of quali, and we are way past that. So 2 minutes 30. Everyone's starting to head out. We're starting to see outlap. AMS Martin still on a lap currently, trying to avoid traffic. Now rounds out the final turn. Let's see how he goes in terms of his pace. 1:29.4 currently. Can he go faster? He does go faster. Goes up into P13 with a 1:28.9. And now I'm trying to remember who it was that was talking a big game, because I can't remember who it was. But there was somebody talking a big game saying that they were also in the 1:27s, and it wasn't Oxy. And it was definitely Left 4 Dead, but it's not a big game. It's just a game for him. Yeah, Martin does look like he's struggling a little bit. Jaffa currently on a lap as well in his McLaren, 62%. Is struggling down here in P18, so he's going to be one to watch. Currently with a 1:30.2. But all drivers now on an out lap except for AMS Martin, who's on an in lap, and Jaffa, who is currently on a hot lap as well. But most drivers where's my track map? Let's see who's coming around first. We've got a Haas that's about to start his lap. And we might jump on board with Rilo to see how he goes, as he now goes into turns 1 and 2. Rounding out turn 3, heading down to this hard right-hander, using up as much as the track as possible, which he does. Comes very close to the wall. Again, almost kissing that wall. .27.4 pole prediction for Left 4 Dead. Yeah, look, again, I don't think you're going to be far off. I really don't. So Rilo just avoiding traffic in front of him there to try and get himself around for his hot lap. Get out of that view. It's a little bit of a slower exit than I'm used to seeing out of the Massa hairpin there. And it looked like he did just tap that wall too. He uses all the exit, all the entry. He's actually invalidated, so let's move on. Invalidated. So accelerator for the Mercedes boys with the TP of Matty Skills, who will be cheering these boys on, as he was absolutely, I think he was robbed a bit last night, let's be honest. He had a driver in P3 who was taken out by just dangerous moves, just really silly moves from another driver. And accelerator now goes up into P8 with Rilo and Noodles splitting the two Mercedes there. But we have a look. We're going to go back up to Left 4 Dead because this is the guy that I want to see how he goes. Currently up on his time. And it looks like he's just had a bit of a moment there too, entering that. He's had to let off the power a fair bit. It goes fastest in the second sector, purple sector. Yellow flag's up ahead of him, meaning there is a slower car up ahead. And hopefully these guys can get off the racing line. You've got one over to the right there, very well done. And then you've got another one coming up ahead, but he is way too far ahead to even worry about him. As Left 4 Dead now rounds out the final corner. Oxchillo in P1. Left 4 Dead going into P1 with a 1:27.7. So 3/10 off the predicted pole lap for him. So Left 4 Dead in P1, Oxchillo P2, Rapid Relics for the Ferrari in P3, Blades Office in P4, Oz Curtis P5, Jordan Arnold in P6. In the Williams we have Geordie Slater, in the Alpine Abyss in P8. And in P9 we have Mercedes boys, J-Rad in P10, the other Mercedes lad, Accelerator. TK Zervix in the other Alpine in P11, Rilo in P12, Noodles in P13, Kirsch P14. We have Lindsay Muddle in P15, which is a massive surprise to me because I thought he was a lot quicker than that, I'm not going to lie. AMS Martin in P16, Jaffa 17th, Isaac Motorsport in P18. We then have X-Laps, who unfortunately he's retired in P19, and I did not quite see who was in P20. So we are going to scroll all the way down here. And Fat Cat Batman, who didn't even set a time in P20. Interesting tactic. That's the Kirko tactic. Looking to probably avoid a bit of carnage up ahead, I think. But we're going to go all the way back up to here. Left 4 Dead with that 1:27.7. The only person to rival him was Oxchillo with that 1:27.8. Only 1/10. 1/10 off Left 4 Dead's pace there. You know, Kano's saying that he's pulled it back a little bit. So, you know, if that's the case, well, then we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be something interesting to watch. Okay. Unfortunately, guys, we had something ready to go for tonight, but it hasn't been added in for Tier 1. because we usually have a commentator who uses Stream Elements or Streamlabs or whatever he uses. So unfortunately, we don't have the graphics that we do usually run on tiers 3, tiers 2, and tier 4, which is really annoying actually. So I might have to add that just in case. I didn't think this would happen because he doesn't usually miss comms, which is annoying. But we digress. We move on. So as our drivers get ready for 31 laps around the Lion City, the track for Singapore, things have changed around the Marina Bay street circuit since the last time we were here. We've lost 4 corners and the lap length has been reduced to just over 5 kilometres. We have 19 corners, 12 to the left and 7 to the right, and 3 DRS zones. With the removal of the Marina Bay section, another overtaking opportunity emerges into turn 16. We have 3 tyre compounds for tonight. For the Grand Prix, they are the softest compounds of the Pirelli range. The hard is the C3, the medium the C4, and the soft is C5. Mediums and hards are the preferred race choice, but with the late chance of a safety car, we might just see some softs come out, which I strongly think we will. We've got 31 laps to come around here. Your tier 1 driver lineup, as you can see here, left for dead in the Red Bull, followed by Jordan Arnold, his teammate, who is reserving for tonight. In the Ferrari, we have Rapid, Relics, and Fat Cat Batman. In the Aston Martin, we have X-Laps and Oxchillo. In the Alfa Romeo, we have Blades, Office, and Isaac Motorsport. Jumping alongside Curtis in the Alfa Tauri, we have, I think it was Kirsch, that's correct. In the Williams, we've got Geordie Slater, and we've also got Lindsay Muddles to partner up there. In the Alpine, we've got TTV Abyss, as well as TK Zervings, last season's Tier 2 champion, has been promoted up to Tier 1. In the Mercedes, we've got J-Rad and Accelerator also lining up 9-10 on the grid. In the Haas, we've got Rilo, it's 67-67. Partnering him is AMS Martin. In the McLaren, we've got Noodles partnering alongside Jaffa. And then that rounds out the teams for the season for Tier 1. And Kano coming into the chat, gifting out 2 subs. Amazing work from Kano. One to, it is Ozgokan, and the other one I can't actually see. Oh no, sorry, he's gifted 1 sub, and that's to Ozgokan. So thank you, Kano, for your patronage, mate. We really appreciate it. We'd love to see it. As the driver's now just lining up onto the grid, I'm going to get all my stuff ready here. Position changes. We are good to go. So only 1 driver DSQ'd from the starting grid lineup, and that is Oxchillo in P2. This could hinder him on the race start. So now their tyres are warmed up. Oxchillo is currently sitting in P2, right behind Left for Dead. It's a different grid lineup though. I think it's every team in the top 10, except for McLaren. They're the only team that haven't made it into the top 10. And as we are now away, Left for Dead gets a very good start, but it looks like Oxchillo now gets the better start going into turn 1. Now Left for Dead goes real wide. He might have to get that position back, as it did look like he made an overtake off track there. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one to see if that gets reported a bit later on, because that could hinder him later into the race. We've got Blades up into P3, 1 position up. Jordan Arnold up 2 positions. We've now got, looks like Alpine. Yeah, there he is. TTV Abyss up also 1 position, whereas Zervings goes down 1 position. So we're going to have to also see how these guys go later on into the lap. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'd have to see his point of view, Kano. For me, it looked like he was completely off track on this stream. But, you know, that's up to the guys behind to determine, especially Oxchillo if he wants to report it later. But, I mean, if he's got the backup, he's got the backup. So Jordan Arnold now up 2 positions, but these guys here, it looks like Left for Dead is already blitzing off into the distance, already 9/10 ahead of P2 with Oxchillo there. It looks like we've got a bit of a driver mishap down the back here. We do. We've got 2 drivers into the wall. That is Kirsch and X-Laps. Kirsch is away, but X-Laps has got the worst of it, has now DNF'd, and that brings out the virtual safety car. Rilo now down to P18, also 6 positions down off the start there. This is just painful stuff for X-Laps there. Oh, man. As Kirsch now enters the pits, Zervings into the pits, and AMS Martin into the pits to change the wings. Zervings looks like he just straps on a new set of tyres. Didn't look like a new wing change there, but we'll have to wait and see, because Kirsch and AMS Martin were in the pits for quite some time, so it looks like those 2 are definitely changing the wings. I know Kirsch definitely is. He had some wing damage, but we'll see. And there it is. Rilo also picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC, and that is not what he wants to see. ZK, you have an absolute valid point there. It will not matter if he's already up by 20 seconds. So here we go. We're going to have a look at the drivers here. So Jaffa up 2 positions. Fat Cat Batman up 6 positions. So a massive start from him from P20 up into P14. Isaac Motorsport goes up 5 positions. Accelerator down 2. Lindsay Muddle up 4. J-Rad down 1. Noodles up 4. Noodles has definitely got some pace behind him, but he must have just had some sort of mishap in quali, because it just isn't indicative of what his genuine pace is. He's usually up the front, so I'm not too sure what's happening there. Geordie Slater up into down 1 position, while Abyss now goes up into one position further, up into P7. Oz Curtis down 1, Rapid Relics down 2, Jordan Arnold up 2, Blades Office up 1, and Oxchillo and Left for Dead remain where they have started. The tyre choices for everybody tonight, only 2 drivers on the medium tyres, and the rest are on the hards, although 3 drivers, Zervings, Martin and Kirsch, have pitted. So Zervings did start on the hard, and AMS Martin started on the mediums, and Kirsch on the hards as well. So, bit of a difference here. Everyone going for the same sort of strategy, but it comes down to the later stages as to when everybody decides to pull the trigger to pit. Currently no penalties apart from the drive-through penalty that we are seeing there. But we are back to full green racing. Gumbo Kebab comes in and gifts the tier sub to Nonstop. Well done. Thank you, Nonstop. Thank you, Gumbo, and congrats, Nonstop, for the gifted sub there. Absolute legend. So Oxchillo already 1.3 seconds off the pace to Left for Dead. This is definitely Left for Dead's race. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing much of him this stream. Just because, I mean, do we really just want to watch somebody fly off into a distance? Left for Dead also sets the fastest lap with a 1:32.563. As Blades Office now 7/10 off of the back of Oxchillo. Now trying to chase him down to try and get that P2 position so that he can open the door and start to chase down Left for Dead and try and get the job done that Oxchillo isn't able to do currently. Jordan Arnold also 2 seconds off the pace to Blades Office, while Rapid Relics now looking to make a move, but is just a little bit too far back. Opens up that DRS and just pulls himself that little bit closer. While Oz Curtis also looking to chase down these 2 boys ahead in Rapid Relics and Jordan Arnold. He did open his DRS as well. He's already up to 67% ERS, while we've got drivers like Rapid Relics and Jordan Arnold who've used a little bit more than him, but not by much. Whereas TTV Abyss, if you can hear me, buddy, stop using so much ERS. Not for the next stint. Yeah, hold back on the first stint on your ERS. Let it cook. As Earls Curtis goes a little bit wide there. Abyss now opens up his DRS to try and pull in, but it is a bit of a DRS train, so isn't able to hold up. Sorry. Apologies for that, guys. I just had to have a glass of water and also try and catch my breath a little bit there. But we are seeing Rapid Relics trying to make a move now on Jordan Arnold for the Red Bull driver here in P4. Rapid Relics trying to take that P4, but there is a massive DRS train following Arnold. From Arnold, it goes all the way down to P10 to JRAD, and it is actually quite an impressive sight, I'm not going to lie. Now we've got also down further, we've got Lindsay Muddle all over the back of Accelerator, trying to make a move. Accelerator holding it out as hard as he can. Another one of our Singaporean home Grand Prix drivers. If he's able to hold it and try and keep Lindsay Muddle back. But it looks like Lindsay Muddle has now got that DRS. He's going to be able to make the move. He now dummies. He doesn't dummy. He goes down to the inside. Goes beautifully down, but goes very far wide. No contact made and gets the position done. An absolute phenomenal overtake there. Congratulations, Lindsay Muddle, going up into P11. Well, we've got JRAD now on the back of the DRS train here. 5/10 off the pace, while Geordie Slater up into P9 trying to chase down the guys ahead as well. Noodles found himself in a better position. I think it was starting in P14. He's now up into P8. So it's definitely made some massive gains going into the Overtake Championship for the season. Bess still 5/10 off Oz Curtis, while Oz Curtis and now Jordan Arnold and Rapid Relics get the position done. The swap has been made. Red Bull now dropped down to P5 and P1, while Rapid Relics in the Ferrari now moves up into P4. We start to see Oz Curtis now putting a little bit of pressure on the back of Relics as well. Onto the back of Jordan Arnold. Is he going to be able to make a move and pull the trigger anytime soon? He is right on him. He can smell the clutch from here. Is he going to be able to get anything done going into the next straight or in the next DRS zone? He's got 57% ERS. He opens up that ERS, uses a little bit of it. Not much though. Just a bit of a squirt. Wasn't able to get the position change done. While Oz Curtis, Abyss now moves down to P8, while Noodles now moves up into P7. Abyss also under attack from drivers like Geordie Slater, now moving down to P9 and back up to P8. Side by side racing is fantastic racing. They're going to go side by side into the final turn, and Geordie Slater pulls out and says, "No, I don't want to risk that. Thank you, though." But Abyss, unfortunately, just off the pace for DRS there. Now has to let Geordie Slater pass to try and gain a little bit of DRS in the next zone. So P9 currently for Abyss. Geordie Slater into P8. Noodles, P7. He's still trying to make gains. He's on the back. He's now hunting down Oz Curtis. And Oz Curtis is also still hunting down Jordan Arnold, but he is losing a little bit of time. He was only a couple of tenths off him before, but it's dropped right back to 6 tenths, whereas Jordan Arnold has also dropped the same distance to Rapid Relics. So Rapid Relics has a bit of work to do as well. 4.9 seconds to chase down Blade's Office and currently in P3, while Oxchillo currently trying to chase down Left 4 Dead, still 1.4 seconds behind, and same sort of gap. Blade's Office is almost into DRS range of Oxchillo, so is he going to be able to get something done soon? He's going to want to get into P2 for the Alfa Romeos, and then he's going to want to open up his accelerator and try and charge down Left for Dead and say, not today, mate, this is my race. Not. As we now go down again, Curtis pulling a bit of time back. Oh no, Noodles has got Curtis. My apologies, guys, I missed that. So top 3 ERS, we got Left for Dead on 54%. Oxchillo really struggling with his ERS, already down to 30%. And same with Blade's Office. So, you know, Left for Dead has absolutely nothing to worry about. He's in a very, very good position in terms of his ERS. These guys here in P2 and 3 really need to start to conserve their ERS. I think they're trying to use it a bit too much to try and keep. I mean, Blade's Office I can understand. He's trying to use a bit of ERS to try and gain DRS. But Oxchillo, I don't think he needs it unless he's just trying to stay ahead. We've got a little bit of an end plate of Noodles there. It looks like he's tapped the wall. He has. He's lost his front left end plate. This is not going to bode well for him because Jordan Arnold's going to get the easiest position change here going into the final few turns of the sector. Because he's going to be struggling for traction around here. Not traction, but just turning. And Noodles has also only got 8% ERS. And there it is. Jordan Arnold gets the position change done very quickly. While Noodles tries to stay out. No, he goes into the pits to get his wing change done. The Jarrad, TTV Abyss, Curtis all get one free position. But here it is, Jordan Slater now on the Jordan Arnold. So 3 tenths behind, 2.5 tenths behind. He's got the DRS, whereas Jordan Arnold doesn't. So is he going to be able to get him down this straight here? We'll have a look. He opens up that DRS. Doesn't use any ERS. He's only got 22%. He uses ERS now, which is going to be making for quite an easy overtake. There is a little bit of squeezing, and it's beautifully done. Fantastic side-by-side racing. Absolute respect from the two drivers, leaving just enough room to let the other one through. And there it is. Geordie Slater now gets the position done. Now it's time for Curtis to see if he can get something done, as he is only 1/10 off of Jordan Arnold ahead of him. All the while, this brings Abyss back into the fight, only 4 tenths off. Chasing down these guys behind. TK Zervings in P15. Noodles now drops down to P16 after he's had to pit for a wing repair. Fat Cat Batman still up into 14th, while Jaffa is up into 13th. Isaac Motorsport in 12th, Accelerator in 11. There are definitely some names here that I sort of expected to do a little bit better. I mean, Noodles was on a killer. He was doing very well. I think sort of expected a little bit more from Accelerator, and I definitely expected a little bit more from Lindsay Muddle. The Williams there, but I think Haas has had a bit of a blunder at the moment. Currently sitting, sorry guys, in P18 and 19. So the gaps are finally starting to form here. So Left for Dead 2.2 ahead. Blade's Office still only just within DRS range of Oxchillo. Oxchillo now needs to start to manage his ERS, still 30%, while Blade's Office is also at 30%. Opens up that DRS. This is the perfect opportunity for Blade to hold and manage his ERS. Try not to use it while you're chasing Oxchillo down. He's obviously got the pace to catch up, and I think he can really benefit from holding off. The Rapid Relics falling off the back of the 3 podium sitters at the moment. And that is it. Noodles is now out. What has happened? So Kirsch is going to come around. We're going to have a look. And there he is. Noodles has just gone straight into the wall. Must have tapped something there and just gone straight ahead. Amos Martin has also DNF'd. So I'm not too sure what's happened to him. If he DNF'd, if he retired in the pits. The timing. Yeah. So this brings out a safety car. So this is going to bring drivers like Oxchillo back into the fight, Blades back into the fight, but now they really need to start to conserve their ERS for the later stage of the race. 11 laps complete of 31, 20 to go. We are now watching drivers enter the pits, left and right. So we've got Rapid Relics in the pits. Geordie Slater coming out of the pits, Oz Curtis, TTV Abyss. It's literally everybody into the pits except for the top three, as they would have just missed the pit entrance. But they will still get the time to pit the next lap. Oh, it was a Haas DNF. Thank you, SJ, for that. Red Wing damage, and then he retires. Yeah, Ryan, absolutely. Free stop for them. While we're at it, we'll bring up the penalty situation just to see. Geordie Slater, unfortunately for him, picks up a speeding and pit lane infringement, 5-second penalty. Same with Isaac Motorsport, a 5-second penalty. We've got Zervings, Kirsch, and with 3 seconds, and then Rilo with 8 seconds of penalties. So there'll be a pit lane infringement, speeding infringement there as well somewhere, as well as the track limits. Here we go. So, Left for Dead, Oxchillo, and Blades not pitting. Blades definitely pitting, sorry. As he now enters the pits. Probably to go on to a set of mediums. Is it too early to pull the trigger for the mediums? I think it might be a little bit too early to go onto those meds. Roshan thinks it's perfect. This is what we did in Tier 2. Fair enough. Alright. And you guys got the podium, so we'll go with it. They can make it to the end. Yeah, I think you're right, Ryan. I think Relics has definitely got the pace to fly past them as well. However, a Left for Dead and Oxchillo is still just that little bit too quick for them. Yeah, Tire Revenge will be great. I think Left for Dead and Oxchillo have really got to hope for a late safety car to be able to gain the advantage from this. But you're right, I think Relics is going to have the pace on them. But these tyres are going to start to really drop off come towards the end of the race here. Yeah, 78 to 83%. It's going to be very hard to hold on to them. Although this is what our boys did last night, my boys anyway, in the Alpines, P1, P2. And they were coached along the way by Abyss as their engineer, who managed to get them to that position. And I can tell you now, Abyss is just honestly one of the best engineers I think I've ever had. He's just so good at keeping everyone calm, cool, and collect. You know, lets you focus up when you need to focus up. has the answers ready to go when something does happen on track for any situation. So yeah, I think this can be good for them. But yeah, I agree. I think Left 4 Dead and Oxchillo will have a late comeback as well. I think it's going to be a battle for the end. Absolutely. We've still got just one more car trailing to get back up to potentially get a race restart. It looks like it might go at the end of this lap. So safety car might be in at the end of this lap if this Haas can catch up. As it now starts to join the back of the grid. And a safety car in this lap, by the looks of it. So we're going to jump on board with Oxchillo, actually with Left 4 Dead. We'll see when he gets the race restart done. It'll most likely be at the final turn. And there he goes, foot down. Oxchillo focuses up and now follows him through, 4/10 off. It's got Rapid Relics now following through too. Geordie Slater with his 5-second time penalty as well. We've got driver position changes up the back here with Jordan Accelerator and J-Rad. Don't know if that's team principal. Oh no, so it was Jordan Arnold and J-Rad, my fault. But now we are back to a P8 and P9 for the Mercedes lads here. We move back up the front as we're going to follow along with Rapid Relics as he has the tyre advantage on Oxchillo. But as well as that, you've got Geordie Slater trying to follow through on Oxchillo. He gets the position done. Oxchillo is now falling further by the wayside, going from P2 now down to P4 with that tyre strategy not working out the way he thought it would. Relics now opens up the accelerator and says, all right, Left 4 Dead, I'm coming for you, mate. Your tyres aren't shit. So Left 4 Dead now only 4/10 in front. It's dropping quite quickly too. Relics now in P2, Geordie Slater P3, Oz Curtis in P4. Oxchillo now moves another position further down with his 13-lap-old hards. Abyss now on the back of Oxchillo. Is he going to get the position done? They go side by side. There is a little bit of contact made, squeezing on the outside there. TTV Abyss gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so that's not going to bode well for him as he now gets the position done as well. Jordan Arnold gets the position done on Oxchillo. Oxchillo is just falling further and further and further behind. This could not be well for, could not go well for him, any better for him, I should say. So Rapid Relics now right on the arse end of Left 4 Dead. Only 1/10 in it. Geordie Slater still on the back of Rapid Relics as well. Rapid Relics now switches to the outside, has a look, says, nah, not right now. I'll wait till next time. Goes down the outside, switches across with Geordie Slater still also trying to join this battle as Left 4 Dead. Now Geordie Slater and Rapid Relics go side by side. Rapid Relics does get pushed, Geordie Slater does get pushed a little bit wide. Could be an illegal overtake off track. We'll have to find out how that one goes. Trust me, I know about it. I got done, even though I shouldn't have. Whatever, we move on. Rapid Relics, Left 4 Dead now gets the position lost on Geordie Slater as Geordie Slater now goes up into P1. Left 4 Dead now drops into P2. We've got a yellow flag, and that is Fat Cat Batman all the way back down into P17. Not a safety car, though, so we are lucky he did get away again, which is good. Left 4 Dead now under attack from Rapid Relics. But Left 4 Dead says, I'm not going to make this easy on you. As Oz Curtis now goes up into P4. Abyss stays in P5. Jordan Arnold, there it is. This is the pull the trigger moment for Rapid Relics as he gets the position. But he's going to stay on the inside. There's racing room left. And Left 4 Dead now falls down into P3. Oz Curtis now up into P4. Race control. DRS is enabled. This could be exactly what Left 4 Dead needs to try and keep himself up into these top positions, and hopes for a late safety car so that he can pit a bit later on. But he's getting real slippy. He's already lost 1 second to Rapid Relics ahead. Oz Curtis now on the back of him. So Oz Curtis now wants to make a move. Does he squeeze down the inside? No, he's a little bit too far. No, he is. Squeezes down the inside. Gets the position change done. And gets a little bit squirrely on the exit there. Now moves across. Is now Left 4 Dead. Falls down to TTV Abyss. Also falls down by Jordan Arnold. And J-Rad now on the attack for Left 4 Dead as well. I wouldn't say it's sketchy at all, War Machine. I think the racing has actually genuinely been very, very clean, especially at the front here. You know, anyway from P1 to P10, I've watched a lot of it, and it's been very clean. And there it is. J-Rad now gets the position change on Left 4 Dead, gets that position, locks in, says thank you very much. But it's now Blade's Office who's trying to make a move as well on Left 4 Dead and gets his position change done. Left 4 Dead also falling further by the wayside. You've got Left 4 Dead now, and say it's safety car. That is a safety car. It's Accelerator. He's around. So Accelerator now down the back here. Not too sure why there's a safety car. Something's definitely happened. He must have been able to turn around. I don't know. It's just... And there it is. Race control Kirsch. 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Isaac Motorsport. Yeah, right. Perfectly timed. Double stack there too as the driver of Oz Curtis leaves the pits. So Kirsch can enter. No, I don't think it is Batman. I mean, Accelerator is 20 seconds behind, so something happened with him. But this is exactly what these two drivers were hoping for. Left 4 Dead and Oxchillo, a late safety car. Get off those tyres. Now they've got the fresher tyres. 0 lap old compared to 6 lap old. This could be the moment that they're hoping for. Left 4 Dead's got the pace to make some overtakes. However, you know, the drivers ahead are not going to make it easy for him. Definitely not going to make it easy for him. Yeah, I saw Curtis box as well, so he's gone on to a fresh set of mediums. So it could actually be good for him. Actually, I think it's a bold strategy for him, but I think it could work out. He's definitely lost a fair few positions because of it. The issue that I see from doing that is you've got those drivers ahead of him who clearly have the pace to hold, you know, to give it to him as well. So if he wants to try and go for an overtake on, say, let's say Blade's Office, who's only got 5 lap old mediums, currently sitting at P6, you know, is it going to be easy for him? I don't think so. Yeah. Fuck thing, I fully agree. You guys have copped it this week. Absolutely copped it. So we'll have a look at the grid currently. It is Geordie Slater in P1, Rapid Relics in P2, Abyss moves up into P3, Jordan Arnold P4, J-Rad in P5 for the Mercedes. In the Alfa Romeo we have Blade's Office. In the Williams we have Lindsay Muddle. TK Zervings in P8 for the Alpine. In the McLaren we've got Jaffa, the only McLaren left in the grid here. AlphaTauri we've got Oz Curtis, Left 4 Dead in the Red Bull in P11, Oxchillo in P12, Rilo P13, WRL Accelerator in P14. In P15 we have Isaac Motorsport for the Alfa Romeo Kick, or whatever they're going to be called next season. Kick Racing, I can't remember. Fat Cat Batman in the Ferrari in P16. Kirsch in 17 to be final runner left in the AlphaTauri. And the 3 DNS for the night, we've got Noodles, AMS Martin in the Haas, and X-Laps in the Aston Martin. So having a look at the 10 situation here. Geordie Slater still with a 5-second penalty left to serve. So if he does pit again, it's really going to hinder him. Rapid Relics, no pen, Abyss, 3 seconds. Jordan Arnold, no pen. J-Rad, no pens. Blades, Lindsay Muddle, no pen, but Zervings in P8 with 3 seconds. We've got Rilo down in P13 with 3 seconds, and Kirsch also with 3 seconds. As the safety car rounds about the track for the final time, I'm guessing, until we go green flag racing one more time. Thank you, Steak F1 Kick. Yeah, Steak F1 Team Kick Sour. It's just, what is going on with teams? These are Cash App, RB Racing, whatever the hell it is. I did see a comment the other day from somebody. Yeah, no, definitely not the worst name. No, absolutely not. I did see a comment from someone the other day that I actually laughed at. It was in the Williams team chat. Where is it? There it is, from Geordie. Let's rebrand to Macquarie Bank Woolworths and Coles Blue Racing. I had a good laugh at that. I thought that was really clever. That was okay. Yeah, fair enough. So it is going to be a safety car in this lap. I think even AlphaTauri is a disgraceful name. I'd rather keep it as, I think it was Minardi originally, and then Toro Rosso. So Geordie Slater now backing up the pack, letting the safety car get ahead as we go for the run. Lap 19 of 31 of Singapore Grand Prix. No, I genuinely think Minardi was the better name. And there he goes. He gets underway. Rapid Relics doesn't fall asleep. Still only 4/10 off the back of him. With TTV Abyss also having a very good restart there. Managed to keep inside of 4/10 as well. Jordan Arnold also keeping within 2/10 of the drivers ahead of him. J-Rad in 5th, Blade in 6th, Lindsay Muddle in 7th. We've moved down to TK Zervix in P8. We've got a position change here as Rilo now gets the change done on... Oh, that is a car in the back wall there. Who is that? That's Fat Cat Batman. That is a Ferrari out of the race, which brings out the 3rd safety car for the night. Rapid Racing League coming in massive with the 6 viewer raid. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your raid, guys. We really do. Yeah, the bugle's pretty good, eh? I love it. So 3 safety cars, 4 Tier 1, and I believe a virtual. So everyone's pitted. What does Kirsch do? Kirsch needs to go onto a new set of tyres. Can't be on those hards for the remainder of this race. Yeah, Tier 3, I believe, only had one safety car as well at the end. Yeah, we do. Oh no, two safety cars, I believe, at the end. But yeah. So Jordan Slater in, going to serve his 5-second time penalty as well. We're going to see a fair few drivers in. So Lindsay Muddle, seen J-Rad, Oxchillo comes back into the pits as well. Oxchillo must have had some damage. They have. They've changed his front wing. So that is... Oh man, that sucks for him because that is out of a podium position for him, which means stewards, get your notebooks ready, guys, because I think there's going to be some tickets coming in. Oz Curtis up into P3, left for dead, P4. Oz Curtis and P3 are in the hot seats here, I believe. Oz Curtis pitting in the last safety on the safety lap, safety car, I believe, was quite a clutch move for him. Quite a big brain move for him. Don't know where it came from, why, but I think it was a really good decision. Rapid Relics, depending on what their tyre percentage is on right now, I think it could be up to about 10 laps in. So you'll probably be looking at about 25, 26, 27%. Yeah, Oxchillo got damage there, Maxi boy. So their tyres aren't going to be crash hot, whereas you've got your drivers like Oz Curtis, left for dead, Rilo, Accelerator, all on fresh medium tyres. Kirsch stays out on his hard tyres, 4-lap old hard tyres. Abyss on the softs, hoping to go the distance with those tyres. He's going to have some pace, but again, those tyres are going to drop off. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes for these boys. So guys, with this late safety car, predictions. Who's going to win the race? Personally, I mean, you can't really go past left for dead. However, Oz Curtis has really put on a bit of a show tonight, I think. So he could be a wild card. But then we've got, you know, Rapid Relics and Blades Office. Blades Office has definitely got some pace too. He's another driver that he flew under the radar last season. Managed to get himself a few podiums, but was just missed out on I can't actually think of what I'm trying to say. He just missed out on P1. So safety car is going to be in this lap. All cars have caught up to the back of the train. So I've got some massive tyre differences here with drivers on older medium tyres, drivers on fresh medium tyres, and you've got drivers on fresh softs, and one driver on a hard in Kirsch for the AlphaTauri, sitting up in P7. Was it a big brain move for him? I don't think so. Let's be real. Yeah. Like I said, Kono, I don't think you can go past him. There it is. So safety car in this lap. So Rapid Relics is going to control the pace for the safety car restart. Does he go early? Does he go late? Does he go when everybody else seems to go around the final corner? He's really backing up. You can see left for dead in the back there, warming up his tyres. He's rearing to go. He wants... No, that wasn't left for dead, that was Accelerator. My fault. Yeah, I agree, War Machine. I think he will be dropping down as well. And there he goes. Rapid Relics now kicks off the final stint for hopefully the final stint for the Singapore Grand Prix. Hopefully we see no more safety cars, because I think this is where desperate moves start to occur. Rapid Relics now 6 tenths up in front of Blades Office. So Blades Office was caught sleeping a little bit, but he is starting to pull it back in, whereas Oz Curtis only 2 tenths behind on the fresher medium tyres compared to Blades Office. Curtis is trying to track him down just a little bit. He's right on the back of him too. With Left for Dead just trailing through. He's just saying, I'll let you make the overtakes and I'll follow you through. As Oz Curtis now has a look down the inside, didn't get the position done. Just tucks back in behind, which I think was a very smart move. You've got a little bit of time. I think just hold position currently. Let's get rid of all these. I think just hold position for a few laps and then really pull that trigger. Jaffa Tier 1, what a beast, yeah. He's doing alright. He's holding his own down in P14. Points. So far, one driver that's still running is outside of the points, and that's why that motorsport 16. But his teammate definitely compensating with that P2 current position. So Oz Curtis now trying to chase down Blades Office, still has a look again, says nope, not right now, while his Left for Dead just tucked in behind nicely, just waiting and biting. Rilo also on the back of Left for Dead, only 6 tenths off, trying to chase him down. Left for Dead still only 1 tenth off the back of Oz Curtis. When are they going to pull the trigger? I don't know. Is it going to be soon? I still think just holding position for a couple. There it is. There it is. Oz Curtis now goes side by side with Blades Office. Doesn't get the position done. Yes, he does. He goes down the inside, and that now leads Left for Dead to make the position change as well. And there's contact a little bit there as Left for Dead now goes around the outside. Is he going to get the position done? He does. Yes, he moves up into P13, and now Oz Curtis moves up into P1. So Left for Dead now has that little bit of time difference to make up that he lost while he was trying to make the overtake on Blades Office. But let's be real, it's going to be back there in no time, and there it is. So Jordan Arnold now moves up into P5, overtaking Rilo. Accelerator in P7 is now being chased down by TTV. Abyss in P8. And where's my driver? P14 for TK Zervings, holding his own down there as well. For the newly promoted Tier 4 driver. And Abyss now goes down the inside of Accelerator and gets that position change. Very nicely done. Very nice overtake from Abyss there. Now moving himself up into P7. DRS is enabled, and Abyss now gets the fastest time with a 1:32, but Oxgillo straight away takes it back with that 1:31.6. Abyss has got a 3-second time penalty too that he's got to try and gap these cars behind to try and not lose as many positions as possible. So we move back up to Oz Curtis, who now looks like he's making a move. He is down the inside of Rapid Relics. Now Rapid Relics is the buffer between himself and Left for Dead. So if holding right, if he can do this right, Oz Curtis could try and gap as much time as he can to Left for Dead if Rapid Relics is going to play the defensive game on Left for Dead. Jordan Arnold battery. Let's have a little look. Where is he? There he is. 14%. Whereas Abyss is on 19. I know where you were going with it. And there it is. The position change has already been done. So Left for Dead outside of that 1 second on Oz Curtis ahead of him, but slowly creeping it back in. Rapid Relics now falls down to P3 for the Ferrari. Blades Office P4. Blades Office, he's got the tyre advantage over Rapid Relics, not by much, but he's still got something, so he might be able to gain that position back on Relics. But Left for Dead and Oz Curtis, I think it's now a race between these two. Lap 26 of 31. Left for Dead's really got to start to pull something out of the bag here to try and gain as much time to Oz Curtis as possible. Only 5/10 in it between the two now. It's going to come right down to the wire. Yeah, tier 2 Curtis. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. So you're saying Lefty P1, Curtis P2, Jordan P3. Fair enough. I mean, the only thing that I can see happening, I mean, if Oz Curtis is able to gain P1 or stay in P1, I think the only reason for that would be that Left 4 Dead knows Curtis has beaten him in a championship before. So is that going to be playing on his mind? I don't know. But yeah, Rilo battery. Rilo is 46%. Abyss now moves up into P7, overtaking Geordie Slater. Oh no, sorry, Geordie Slater was overtaking Jarrad, my fault. But Oz Curtis, this is the race to watch right now. Oz Curtis, he may as well have a tow bar attached to the back of him and towing Left 4 Dead, because Left 4 Dead is that close to the back of him. So 10 lap old tyres between Oz Curtis. And there it is, Left 4 Dead pulls the trigger and gets the position change done on Oz Curtis. And this is all Left 4 Dead needed to get that podium position, that top step, because he is going to start to rip away, I think. Oz Curtis tried to hold him off as long as he could. On the both of them on the same tyre strategy here, both 10 lap old tyres. Jordan Arnold on the 6 lap old mediums, Relics on the 16 lap, Blades 15, Rilo 11, Abyss on 6 lap old softs, whereas Geordie Slater on the 6 lap old mediums, J-Rad 6 lap old softs, 6 lap old mediums, 6 lap softs, 11 lap mediums for Accelerator, TK Zervings on 6 lap softs, same with Isaac Motorsport, Kirsch, and is on the 10 lap old hards, and Jaffa on the 3 lap old softs. So Jaffa has made a late pit along the way somewhere. So Curtis opens up that DRS to pull himself, to try and keep himself that little bit close to Left 4 Dead. He's hoping for a mistake of some sort from Left 4 Dead, but again, as I've said before, yeah, Lefty's got to back him up. I agree. Leaders batteries, yeah. So Left 4 Dead on 26%, and Oz Curtis is unfortunately pretty much out. So it's Left 4 Dead's win, really, to lose. Left 4 Dead and Abyss, Abyss and Geordie Slater fighting it out. Oops. Going side by side. No DRS there for the two. And Abyss just loses out in that position, has to get squeezed right onto the inside corner of that as they now come through the stadium, so the bridge section. I don't even know what it's called, but the Massa hairpin. He's going to get DRS on Geordie Slater. Geordie Slater giving a little bit of a wobble to his tyres to warm them up, hopefully trying to fire them up, or is saying sorry, I don't know, or is saying not today. So Geordie Slater flashing, we've also got Abyss flashing. Blade's office, he's still on the hunt for Rapid Relics, only 7/10 off now. But we've got a driver who is all the way back around, which brings out a caution, and that is Rilo, who's spun somewhere along the way there, and he's now dropped right out of range as we now move back up and see Oxchillo, 8 lap old medium tyres, 2/10 off of the back of Abyss on his 8 lap old soft tyres, and these soft tyres are going to be screaming soon. I would say. 6% ERS for him, 8% ERS for Geordie Slater. Blades Office only 7/10 off of the back. And that's it. Who has gone around? Lindsay Muddle it looks like he's gone around a little bit there. Abyss now moves down to P8 as Oxchillo gets that position change done. Yeah, I think it was too soon for those soft runners to go onto them. We'll move back up to the two podium, the two P1 and P2. Yeah, I might look at getting rid of that Nightbot thing. It is very annoying. Or just changing a few things on it. So Oz Curtis now could lose out on a position to Jordan Arnold. This could be a Red Bull 1-2 here at Singapore in round 1, which would just be phenomenal for Red Bull. They've had a Tier 4 win. They've had a Tier 3 win. Tier 2 they won't talk about. It was a massive blunder for them. And then Tier 1 they've just cooked. Absolutely cooked. Left 4 Dead should be holding him up as much as possible to try and get Jordan Arnold to get around him, because Jordan Arnold has the better tyres. So this is where it really should come into play as a team play, I should say. So Jordan Arnold now only 3/10 off the back of Oz Curtis. Oz Curtis still only just within range of DRS for Left 4 Dead, and it's exactly what he needs, because Jordan Arnold only has 5% ERS, Oz Curtis only has 5% ERS, whereas Left 4 Dead has 21%. So this is exactly where they want to be. 30 laps of 31, only one more racing lap really. Once this sector is finished, one more racing lap to try and get the position change done for Jordan Arnold and Oz Curtis. Oz Curtis wants to try and hold him out to keep him to a Red Bull 1-3, but Left 4 Dead and Jordan Arnold will be working absolutely phenomenally here together, trying to get that P1 and P2 for Red Bull here at Singapore. Round 1 for Wallaby Racing League Season 6, Tier 1. Come on, Curtis, defend like a lion, says the War Machine. I agree. I've missed Curtis in Tier 1 racing. But there it is. It was inevitable. It's they go side by side. It looks like a bit of contact was made there, as we now see Jordan Arnold and Curtis going side by side again. Still more contact made. Oz Curtis stays ahead. Jordan Arnold stays behind, but he knows he's got the pace for it. But this is where desperate times call for desperate measures, and he wants that position. He wants that P2. He's going to have the DRS range. Left 4 Dead has opened the gate and said, all right, it's up to you now. I don't need to hold you back anymore. You're within DRS. You've got this. As Oz Curtis now moves out to the left, heads back to the right, goes back to the braking zone. Nicely done there. Good defense. But Jordan Arnold still trying to come back. Only one sector to go for these two. Is he going to be able to get a position change? He goes down to the inside again. He doesn't. He has a look, but says, not right now. I'm not going to be able to do it. As they round out the final turn, the second final turn. Here we go, into the last turn. Oz Curtis opens up his DRS, stays in P2, and that was a battle for the ages between Oz Curtis and Jordan Arnold, with absolutely phenomenal team play by Left 4 Dead, holding Oz Curtis up to let Jordan Arnold into DRS range so that Jordan Arnold could try and pull the trigger, but it wasn't done successfully. And there it is, P1, Left 4 Dead. Absolutely phenomenal race for him. Oz Curtis in P2, Jordan Arnold in P3, Rapid Relics moves to P4, Blades Office in P5 for the Alfa Romeo, Williams P6, Aston Martin in the P7, J-Rad in P8, Lindsay Muddle P9, P10 is Accelerator, P11 is Abyss, and his teammate TK Zervix in P12. Let's see the rest. driver of the day, yeah, surely goes to Jordan Arnold. I would agree. So P12 TK Zervings, Isaac Motorsport in P13, Rilo in P14. We move over to P15. Kirsch, P16 is Jaffa, P17 is Fat Cat Batman, unfortunately DNF'd. Noodles DNF in P18, Amos Martin in 19 DNF, and X-Laps in P20 DNF. And Jaffa rounding out the fastest lap here with a 1:31.365 in P16, so unfortunately will not get the points, meaning no one gets the fastest lap point. So I'm going to invite the guys over to the party, so give me 2 seconds. Hello guys. Good. It's probably going to be the same with Curtis, because he never joins parties. Curtis, have you got a mic, man? Are you joining parties yet? What's going on? Ridiculous. Come on, man. Alright. Well, then, we might as well kick it off with P3, Jordan Arnold. Qualified in P6, moved your way up to P3. Mate, tell us about your race.
Oh yeah, so I wasn't really sure if I was racing or not, so came into no practice. But qualifying wasn't the best as predicted. But then got a bit lucky with the safety cars, I'd say, and very good strategy from engineer Kano, and with the fresher tyres managed to gain all those positions and almost get the P2 with me and Lefty at the end, but it was just not fast enough, really.
I wouldn't say you weren't fast enough, man. Like a lot of us, like, because we watched that battle between you and Curtis at the end there, and it was just wheel-to-wheel racing, hard racing. I think Curtis may have had just that little bit of better defence, but you absolutely had the pace on him. If there was one more lap, you would have had him in and
Yeah,
pissed off down the road, honestly. But
it was very good battle.
yeah. Look, in the end though, it was hard, respectful racing from you and him. And it's exactly the type of racing that we want to see here at Wallaby. So congratulations to you, man. P6 to P3 and driver of the day as well. So again, well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll now kick it off with the race winner for round 1, tier 1. We're talking to Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead, a P3 and a P1 for Red Bull. Could you have asked for anything better?
Yeah,
P1
it
and
was
P2?
Aside from P1 and P2?
P1 and P2 would have been
Yeah,
amazing,
would've been
but I think the charge through the field at the end, I think after the safety car as well, when it came out, just as I passed the pit lane entry, I think the charge through the field and the teamwork between me and Jordan was amazing. So to come home in P1 and P3 after all that teamwork at the end with Curtis, me cheekily backing him up a little bit and then taking off. Once he got in DRS, it was good. He had his chance to overtake, and unfortunately, he just couldn't get it done at that time. I think, like you said, if there was one more lap, he would have been in for a really good shot. So,
Yeah.
but it was just, yeah, it
Fully agree.
was pretty
Okay,
good.
and so going on to the race start with yourself and Oxchillo. So Oxchillo obviously up there with you for quite some time. Oxchillo had a bit of a battle with yourself. How would you find your start of the race? Like, because you peeled off from the grid quite quickly. I think you were like within 1.5 seconds before the end of the first lap, really. were you just head down, accelerating, just head down in concentration, or were you still worrying about where your teammate was? Were you still worrying about where everybody else was, or was it just, nah, this is my time, and then see you later?
I think it's a little bit of all of it. You're always wondering, asking your engineer, where's this driver, what tyres he on, what
Yeah.
if you can check what type of batteries he got. But mainly it was worrying about where me and Jordan were progressing through the field, not getting damaged, not getting penalties, and keeping a comfortable gap to Box Chiller. I think once I breached the 1 second margin, it was just keeping it to 1.5, looking after my tyres and making sure he didn't come back at me. So he had more to worry about than I did with Blade behind him and trying to also manage the gap between me and himself.
Hmm.
But other than that, yeah, it was just amazing. It was just really good strategy. It was good to be able to just kind of sit there and just manage the gap as well as I did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really that stressful.
And you touched on it before, where you cheekily backed up Curtis to get him into DRS, to get Jordan into DRS range. Was that your decision? Was that Kano's, your engineer's decision? Um, what led you to that?
I think it was more of a mutual decision. I mean, I said just before Kano was about to say it, I said, "Oh, I can back him up just a little bit in sector two to help you get into that DRS range and maybe bring you back into the fight in waning stages of the race." And we all agreed that it would be a good idea as long as it wasn't reckless, and I don't think it was.
No, absolutely not. Honestly, I think there couldn't have been a smarter option. To bring
Yeah,
Jordan back up
so
into the fight like that, I think it was the best option that you guys could have made, and you'd absolutely nailed it. It was just a shame that it couldn't come down to, like we said, one more lap of racing.
yeah.
But yeah, but look, both Jordan and Left 4 Dead, we're on to a sprint round in Texas, Circuit of the Americas next week. How are you guys feeling about it?
Very
Uh,
good because I'm not racing.
Good point. You're reserve. You might be racing, so hold
Uh,
that thought.
no, I got school so.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, fair then. All right, well then, Left 4 Dead. How are you feeling about it?
Last time I did a lot of prep for the first 3 rounds of the season. Once the calendar got announced, I did a few time trial laps, which I'm known for, and I ended up being 17th in the world or something in Texas, so I'm pretty comfortable in the fact that it's a sprint
Pretty.
round as well. I think it should be pretty good.
All right, excellent. Well, guys, that's it from us for the week of racing. Join us next week on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. as Tier 4 make their way around Circuit of the Americas for the sprint race and the feature race. Then at 8:30 p.m. for Tier 4 on the same day, Sunday, as they also go around the track of Circuit of the Americas. Then we go over to Tier 2 on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. AEDT, and then Tier 1 again at this time, Wednesday night, 8:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, as they also make their way around the track as well. Guys, that's it from us, and I thank you all for joining us. 18 viewers, the raid from Rapid Racing League. Thank you guys for that as well. 6 viewers, I believe, you rated with. That was awesome to see, and we really appreciate it. Then we've also got the subs that we had, the gifted sub from Kano, the gifted sub from Gumbo. Guys, it is all greatly appreciated. Touching on Kirko's message from last night, after the stream last night, we hit our milestone of 500 followers for Wallaby Racing League. So it's only onwards and upwards from here. We are trying to do everything we can to make a better stream. And from the stuff that Magic Shot's been doing, guys, is just phenomenal. He's definitely leveled up this stream by tenfold. And unfortunately, it was really unfortunate that I didn't get to use it tonight because we didn't have our normal commentator. But guys, the work that he has put in has been absolutely phenomenal, and it's not unnoticed. I just need you guys to be very clear that that it has not gone unnoticed. We have been keeping an eye on it, and it's just the work he has done is amazing, and he's definitely brought us up to a next level in our tier. Probably, honestly, one of the best graphics I think I've ever seen in an Australian racing league. So well done to him. But guys, that's it from us, and we will see you all on Sunday.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thanks for coming, big dog.